Bill, why don't you come on up here? Joining me at the table will be Bill Stillwell, psychology professor, University of Kentucky, and the person who we named the award after a few years ago. Bill, thanks for joining us. We're going to give out the 2010 Stillwell Award winner, and a couple years ago we had a fun time giving this award to Bill. He had no idea it was coming, and it totally took him by surprise. And last year we gave it to Bob Tarvin, who also didn't realize it was coming. And it's to recognize just not really a year's worth of effort, but a sustained effort over a period of time that's made a huge difference to education technology, to students and teachers and administrators across the state. And Bill was a person behind the scenes that's worked a long time, and I really like it being named after Bill because he really represents what this is all about. Bill did not get paid big bucks for doing what he did behind the scenes. He started the listserv service back in what year?
93.
Back in 93. And he did not get paid $100,000 a year more for doing that, or $200,000 a year. He really did that really out of the goodness of his heart to try to, from the university perspective and his, to give back to K through 12. And it has been a valuable service from the time it was established to the time now. We still have a lot of folks say, well, how do I communicate to certain groups? And I say, this is the service that we point to. And Bill was the person behind the scenes that established that, wanted no really recognition for it, but we thrust that upon him. And therefore, we established the Stillwell Award. It's one of our ways is to identify the best KySTE partner of a year, but really it's over a sustained effort over a long period of time. We do have a finalist, we do have a winner, but I'd like to talk about some of the finalists that we had in place as well. Kate, the Kentucky Academy for Technology Education, led by Brenda Nix, was one of the folks that was identified. Of course, Brenda is a longtime person that was behind the scenes Department of Education and school districts, and also led Kate in an outstanding effort. And I think is also a former KySTE Leader of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. KET, Kentucky Educational Television, has also been a long partner with United Streaming effort, but a lot of other applications. They just recently helped us out with the Senate Bill 1 implementation, giving an audio and video kind of guide for folks trying to understand what Senate Bill 1 is all about going forward. And they've been an overall outstanding partner for the Department of Education for school districts for quite some time, just not with just the United Streaming services, but also with all the programming they provide to schools for through the course of the year. We also had two of our vendor partners that were recognized. In particular, Kristen Reed of Dell Corporation and Keith Exley of Avaya. Both of those folks behind the scenes and also up front go above and beyond a lot of times to try to help their customers, and we wanted to try to recognize them. But to circle back to the winner of this year's event, typically I like to surprise. I told Bill on the drive up here, it was a lot of fun to surprise him and Bob Tarvin last year. But during the fall event that we just had, that kind of was a training event for the new CIOs and for the first time district technology integration specialists and STLP folks, I made the announcement that the winner for the 2010 award is going to be KySTE. So Bryan, if you can come on up here, and I'm going to let Bryan say a few words about it, but I want to speak a little bit more about KySTE before I let Bryan speak, and then we give out some of the awards here. And I could see KySTE. I mean, KySTE has its origination, I think, at the Kentucky Association for Technology Coordinators for quite some time ago. I can't remember what year that was established, but I always thought that was a good event for folks, at least to get together once in a while to say, you know what, we're not alone, and also to share kind of what works amongst them. And then there was events to kind of have training events, just not for pure technology staff, but for teachers over the courses of the years. And really, last year, it hit the full fruition of what its capabilities are. It hosted the technology conference for the state of Kentucky, and for a long time, the Department of Education did that. And I can remember when Lydia Wells Sledge led that effort, of talking to her, someday I would like to see that organization lead this versus the Department of Education. I think it's more appropriate that that organization leads it. And sure enough, last year became the first year that they did that. They took it on and had an incredible amount of success with that. But also the fall event, which I think is tremendous, where it tries to reach out and train the new CIOs, and it's for the first time the new technology integration specialists in STLP. But the part I really like about what that system is, it's basically a lot of volunteer time. I know Gary is identified this year, Gary Grant, to lead as executive director, and he's an outstanding job in Meade County and all the stuff you did with STLP. Gary, we appreciate it, and your good leadership that you have now with this organization. But there's a lot of folks besides the presidents that go and make this work, and I've always been so impressed while they had leadership responsibilities, many of them wearing multiple hats within a district. They gave to help do something that benefits the entire state, not necessarily themselves. They didn't do it for the big pay raise as Bill got when he did the listserv, and that's always impressed me by people that go above and beyond the call of duty. I've always found no matter what you do in leadership, there's 10% of the folks that really make a big difference. And the other 90%, I call them kind of present for duty. They're kind of there. That 10% is important to find. And KySTE has been fortunate enough, along with its predecessor KATC, is to have people that go above and beyond, and they're not doing it for the prestige of it or any kind of recognition. They're trying to just help out on a large scale. So, Bill, I'd like for you to hand Bryan the 2010 KySTE Award.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause.
My pleasure. It's an honor to meet you, too. You have yelled at me over the listservs before when I've done something inappropriate many times. So it's nice to meet you in person.
It's my pleasure.
And to apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to send to that group. There are, is this my time to talk?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Which camera am I on? Is the red light telling me what camera? Oh, that one, but why is the red light on then?
It's recorded.
Just talk.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm sorry.
That's recording. You're fine with either one.
I'll kind of look in between. I'm very glad to accept the award, and I'm very humbled by it because I'm aware that I didn't have a whole lot to do with this award. It really is the work of the boards that came before us and all the people that were involved before us. So we invited the past presidents to come and accept the award as well. That's why we have a whole stack of suspenders over here. And we do have 3 former presidents of KySTE who are here at KySTE or KATC, one or the other. And we have some watching on the webcast and one that's even Skyped in. We have Vicki Fields from Kenton County. Vicki, do you want to come up?
Come on up.
You're dressed so nicely.
Yeah,
People come up and see.
You know, he's a comedian because he lives at the ventriloquist.
I don't live there anymore.
That's
But
where
I
I
did.
start.
I did.
That's suspenders for Vicki.
I'm supposed to stand. Shall we stand? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And Marita Horn from Pike County is here. All the way from Pike County. That's a long way.
It is.
Where are my suspenders
Your
coming down here?
suspenders are coming down.
Thank you, Marita.
Thank you.
And we have Naomi Cornett from Owen County.
Bill, you remember my Owen County story? Okay.
Yes.
This is where I got stuck inside a funeral procession. Remember that? Yeah.
And we have online, watching via Skype, we have Pat Stewart. Is he on your screen right now?
Oh, okay. I was going to throw it at him.
I
would toss it, I should say, not throw.
And we have Susan Taylor from Callaway County is watching as well, and I know she was very pleased and very sad that she couldn't be here as well.
Brian, let me try to give you yours, too.
I'm going to wear mine with pride today for the rest of the day.
And you have some of the board members you want to recognize, too.
I do, yeah. We have several of the current board members are here as well. They're all sitting back here in a row. And they're all saying no about coming up. They'll get their suspenders later. Okay. But I'll announce who they are.
Well, just tell us who they are.
Oh, we're going to throw them?
Yeah.
All right. We have Treasurer Matt Constant from Days County. And then sitting beside him is Gary Grant, the Executive Director. And we have, sitting on the back row, we have a Regional Rep, Tony Carr. And we have our, good catch. You guys are missing something because you can't see that. We have our ISTE Liaison, Diana McGee. Oh, you're what? You're the liaison. Yeah. We have a Regional Rep, Dan Singer from Walton Verona. The Vice President and the soon-to-be President, Jeff Jones from Fayette County. And I tell you what's really exciting for me about Jeff, he is the first non-CIO to be Vice President and then President. I think it's a big movement. It shows where KySTE is going.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. And we have a former regional rep sitting back there as well, Joetta Browning from Beechwood. Thank you. And the reason that we all came is I really wanted to kind of make the point that KySTE isn't, I didn't want to be the only one up here because, like I said, I'm Vice President last year, President this year, and I was a regional rep one year, but it's not me. KySTE, and it's not even, it's everybody. And it's the people that are watching as well. There are a lot of people who are watching who either were non-president officers or they were involved in some other way. They gave a presentation at a conference. And it's all of us. And so it's for everybody that's been involved in KySTE. And if you want to be involved in KySTE, I mean, we're not done. KySTE, we hope, is going to continue to grow and continue to do great things. And you can